So have you ever stood in your studio and wondered, do I really need to spend all that money on an expensive slab roller? Well, today we're going to dig into that. With some incredible insights from expert potter Ed Shears, we're going to explore the essential slab tools, from the big pro-grade machines to the brilliant practical hacks you probably already own.
Oh man, this quote from Ed Shears, it just hits different, doesn't it? If you've ever battled a slab of clay that just decided to crack or warp or just completely misbehave, you know exactly this feeling. But here's the thing, it's not about bad luck, it's about technique. So let's break down why it happens, and more importantly, how to stop it from happening for good.
So yeah, why do our slabs warp and act up? It's not some kind of magic, and it's definitely not about having a special touch. Nope. It really just comes down to control, timing, and yep, using the right tools for the job. Getting those consistent results is actually a science, and we're about to look at the key variables.
Okay, this right here gets to the absolute heart of the problem. Uneven compression? That's your #1 cause of warping. Messy edges? Well, that's just setting you up for weak seams down the line. And poor timing? Oh, we have all been there, right? Working with clay that's either way too wet or already starting to get crusty. The good news, though, is that for every single one of these issues, there's a pretty simple tool-based fix.
First up, let's talk about getting that perfectly even thickness. This is where so many problems really begin. And it's the classic showdown, isn't it? The big, pricey machine versus the simple, humble rolling pin. So which one do you actually need? And this breaks down the trade-offs perfectly. On one side, you've got the North Star slab roller. And I mean, this thing is a beast. We're talking aircraft-grade aluminum, a gear drive system, a non-stick surface. Ed even loves that the corners are rounded so you don't bruise your hips on it. Then, on the other hand, you've got the practical rolling pin. Look, it's fine for small things like test tiles, but as Ed warns, if you try to roll out a really large slab by hand, you are almost guaranteeing it's going to warp. So the takeaway is pretty clear. Your tool needs to match the scale of your ambition.
And Ed does not pull any punches here. For him, if slab building is a serious core part of what you do, investing in a quality machine like the North Star just pays for itself. You get consistency and you save yourself a world of frustration. He's very clear, stay away from the cheap knockoffs. That's advice you can take to the bank straight from the studio floor.
Okay, so your slab is rolled. Now for what might be the most crucial next step, compressing and smoothing that surface. This is your absolute best defense against those tiny, heartbreaking cracks that can show up while your piece is drying and just ruin everything.
The official go-to tool for this job is the flexible metal rib. You've all seen them. It's designed to burnish the clay, creating a really strong, dense surface. It's the industry standard for very good reason. But what if the best tool for the job is already sitting in your wallet?
I just love this. Just when you think you need to go out and buy another tool, Ed throws this complete curveball. This is where we get into that real studio wisdom, the practical hacks that save your money, and you know what? Sometimes they work even better.
And here it is, an old credit card. Think about it. It's flexible, it's surprisingly durable, it's easy to hold, and the best part, it's completely free. Ed points out that different cards even have different levels of flexibility, which makes them perfect for smoothing curved edges or getting into tight seams where a metal rib is just too stiff. It's a truly brilliant hack.
All right, our slab is thick, it's smooth, now it's time to deal with the edges. If you're building anything three-dimensional, like a box or a mug, getting your seams right is absolutely everything. And that all starts with a clean, perfectly angled cut. And of course, there's a specialized gadget for this job, a beveling tool. It's designed to do one thing and one thing only. Cut a perfect 45-degree angle on the edge of your slab. This allows two pieces to join together seamlessly, creating a strong, almost invisible corner.
But here we go again. I think you know what's coming. Ed admits that, yeah, the tool is great and it exists, but he often relies on the most versatile tools he has in his entire studio, his own hands.
And this slide breaks down his technique beautifully. It's all about touch. You just pinch the edge, roll it slightly, and there's your bevel. He even gives us a pro tip. Use slightly wet fingers for soft clay and dry fingers for stiffer clay to get that perfect finish. It's just a fantastic reminder that sometimes the best techniques are the simplest ones.
Now for the final, critical step, lifting the slab off your work surface. If you just grab a corner and peel it up, you risk stretching it and undoing all your hard work. The secret is a clean cut from underneath, and for that, you need a tension wire.
But not all wire cutters are created equal. Ed finds most of the store-bought ones are just too flimsy. They get slack and they drag and stretch the clay. His solution? A DIY tension wire. It's so simple. 2 wood dowels, an old guitar string, he says an E string works great, and a little bit of tape. It's taut, simple, and it slices cleanly every single time.
So, after looking at all these options, from the professional-grade machines to these incredibly clever DIY hacks, what does your ideal slab toolkit actually look like? Okay, let's put it all together.
This slide just lays it all out, plain and simple. For every single step, there's a pro option and a practical hack. And the key takeaway here is that there's no single right answer. It's all about building a toolkit that fits your budget, your space, and the way you really like to work.
And this, right here, is the main takeaway. Ed's philosophy is just so empowering. It's not about being born a talented artist. It's about learning the right techniques and choosing the tools, whether they're pro or practical, that lets you execute those techniques perfectly. Skill is something you build.
So, as we wrap this up, I want you to think about your own studio. Which one of these ideas is going to be your next game changer? Is it the pro tool or is it the practical hack? What's the one simple change that's going to elevate your work from good to great?